There you go. I guess you can see it a little bit in the light. We're going to try this again. Round 2. I had, this is actually round 3. This is round 3. The camera, my trusty Samsung J3, shut down. I got some message that came up over the Wi-Fi, whatever. Anyway, so I'm vertearbusto, and this is, it's Monday, the 9th of December. Technology is really wearing me down. I know how technology works. I can explain it. And yet it's alien. So round 3. I started. This is the third one that I've started, and maybe what I'll do is post the other 2 so you can see where I was when the machine shut down. So this is part of the final exam, one of the videos, the final exam. This is me trying to, getting ready to move on to the next phase of my life here on Earth. Probably moving down south. I have a friend who lives in South Florida, way south in the Keys. And he does well there. I don't know. I want to go where it's warm. Georgia is warmer. Allison lives there. So I have a lot of faith and trust and hope and belief that the universe will guide me in the right direction, because I really don't know anything. I know I have a contract, but you can't see the damn contract. You just gotta kind of move slowly, a step at a time, a day at a time. You gotta ask, show me what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Give me some kind of sight beyond sight of what the plan is for my life, and I would like to, wrap this somehow into the discussion of the Schumann resonances, and yet there's a part of the discussion on the Schumann resonances that, warning, battery light is low, or the battery is low, don't go hitting the flash. So I got like 15% battery left, not much. A large part of this belief in the Schumann resonances that people have coming into this relative to the New Age, the New Agers, the Schumannites, is that the resonances, Earth's natural electricity, its natural power grid, whatever, are going to do this something magically for you. That you don't even know what it's doing. It's just doing something for you, to you, and you're kind of going along for the ride. You're the last person to know is you, right? And that's in the narrative of the Schumann resonances and what they're doing in Earth's rising vibrations and all of this myth of the rising resonances, rising frequencies, is this idea that you're just at the will of it or the whim of it, and you're not consciously there in charge of your own ascension, essentially. Like, I'm trying to find the best ways to put it, but that's like the best, I think, way that I can phrase it right now, relative to this whole discussion on what the Schumann resonances are and what they do, right? This is my summary, my summation relative to the past, 5 years I've been doing Schumann resonances. That's sort of why a lot of people come into this, is to understand more about how the Schumann resonances are causing us to ascend, or the next phase of humans' development, when the fact of the matter is they're the lowest possible frequencies that you can have, and they're not going to be, they're not rising, they're not, frequencies aren't rising, Schumann resonances aren't, frequencies aren't rising, the resonances don't do that, and more to the point, if they were rising, you still would have to take personal responsibility for your own spiritual growth. And spiritual growth in a positive direction, we'll call that evolution, we'll call that ascension. That's fine. It's happening. It is happening. But that doesn't mean it's happening to you. That doesn't mean that you're getting dragged along in this, that you don't know what's happening. And if you're getting these crazy ascension symptoms and you don't know what they are, then chances are it's not because of ascension. That's part of how this works. Part of the trick to this is nothing's happening to you that you're not letting happen. And if you're letting it happen, it's because you're either getting something out of it, or you don't know otherwise that it's not what you should be doing, or the way it's going, or even more to the point, you're willingly letting it happen to you, even though you may or may not know there's another way to go about the path, right? And I think I've talked in kind of some generalities here, but I've also spoken in specifics relative to, the Schumann resonances and them not doing anything for you, right? Like, if you're not on the path of conscious awareness and awakening and consciously doing everything else that you need to with your personality, with working with others, being part of a group, your past part-time, your pastimes, the leisure activity you do, you don't get a pass if you are on the ascension pathway and you think the Schumann resonances are doing something. That's not the end-all to be-all. That's not where you get to be lazy. Because number one, that's not happening, but number two, even if it was happening, that you still would need to make the conscious effort in every single rest of your life and all the rest of the departments of your life. You need to make that effort of your will, your conscious will, where you are leading the charge in your spiritual growth, in your ascension. It's not happening to you. You're not getting symptoms that are magically proving that you're ascending if you don't know any of the rest of how the protocol or how the rest of the program works, the program of spiritual development, right? And it's been around for thousands of years. This isn't anything new. The God that I know in and I believe in sets forth principles that don't change throughout the ages. They're the same as they were, as they are, and they always will be. Right? Don't mess with the principles. And that's part of what is not understood today of the guiding principles in this pathway of spiritual development. That they've been there for thousands of years and they're still the same now. And you can't just start changing up stuff because you don't feel like, or you're not into, or you have canceled what the ancients and the sacred scribes say. They've been there. That literature has been there. It's been here. It's been around. It seems to manage to stay safe throughout the ages. And it's time to avail yourself of it instead of a lot of this New Age philosophy and crap and metaphysics of that your DNA is somehow going to magically transmute or transmogrify through the solar activity and through Schumann resonances and blah blah blah. Anyway, so the screen just went dark. That means I'm out of battery. The warning thing didn't come up again, but I only got like a minute left before there's nothing. I'm at like 5% right now. So with that cheery note, while I still got some battery left, thank y'all for being here. and I'll have a wonderful night. Namaste.